5 minutes. So I'm trying to go for live streaming. And also for recording. And after that, let us start. Yes. Yeah. Sir Venkat Ravi, sir. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir Venkat Ravi, sir, are you here? Ravi Garu, I couldn't see you. కనిపించడం లేదు రవి గారు మీరు. Is everything okay with you, Ravi Garu? God. ఉన్నారా సార్? Yeah. Oh, okay. Shall I start now? 23 plus 14. That means nearing to the 40, I think. Okay. Okay, let us start today. And good afternoon to you all. I warmly welcome you all to the 6th and last day session of 1 week National Capacity Building Program on Research Methodology for Social Sciences. Of course, before starting the program, it is my principal duty to convey my gratefulness and earnest thanks to my university authorities, University Grants Commission for funding this program, and also our adored head, Professor G. Sandhyarani, Head Women's Studies Center and Department, and Organizing Secretary of this 1 week National Capacity Building Program. I also cordially welcome our precious resource person, Dr. R. Venkata Ravi, for his ready acceptance to be the resource person for today's program. I believe that this is an opportunity and a privilege given to me to invite you all the participants, without whose participation this program would not be a success. Before starting the program, I would like to introduce Dr. R. Venkata Ravi Garu, Associate Professor, Department of Lifelong Learning and Extension, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Gandhigram, Tamil Nadu, to this elite group. Earlier, he has worked as a faculty member in Center for Management Development, Trivandrum, Oxford College of Business Management, Bangalore, and Council for Social Development at Hyderabad, and also served as a consultant in National Institute of Rural Development, NIRD, Hyderabad, which is located in Rajendra Nagar. He is associate editor for a journal of extension and research published by the Gandhigram Rural Institute, and also for the Indian Journal of Millennium Development Studies, published since 2005 by the Serials Publications, New Delhi. He has contributed in many research studies, evaluation studies on literacy programs and training programs. He has published 59 research papers, articles related to on different aspects of rural development in the reputed journals, and published 13 books that include like Emancipation of Masses for Social Development, Empowerment of People, Grassroots Strategies and Issues, Narratives on New Perspectives of Development, Empowering Rural India, Advancement of India, Achievements and Attainments, Empowerment of SC, ST and Women in Panchayat Raj institutions. Of course, I would like to say that in this regard, he is a very, very good researcher in using the PRI techniques also. And partnership among grassroots organization, community participation in Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, enabling rural women through information and communication technology, inclusive governance for rural development and alliance among rural organizations for development, experience in rural India, partnership for rural development, management practices in village knowledge centers, etc., etc. And some more books are also there for his credit, which I cannot express all the, and I cannot spell out all the books with their names. And currently he is working on aspects of partnership in rural development, vocational training and skill development, school management, ICT and rural extension. Currently, he holds the position of Director of the Center for Entrepreneurship in Gandhigram Rural Institute. He is also a coordinator of UGC-funded community college in Gandhigram Rural Institute. I think it is nothing but a polytechnic, community polytechnic college, isn't it, sir? And also coordinator NIOS Study Center in the Institute since 2018. He is a member in the Board of Management and Academic Council and member Planning and Monitoring Board, member Board of Studies, Department of Lifelong Learning and Extension, Gandhigram Rural Institute, and deemed to be university. And this is the brief introduction about Dr. Ravi. And I feel that it is a privilege to me that he is being amidst of us for delivering lecture. Thank you, sir. Soon after I requested you to act as a resource person, you have accepted my invitation and graced this occasion. And also, you are ready to share your experiences and your works with our elite group. Thank you so much, sir. And our participants are also eagerly waiting to listen you. So I am handing over the session to you, sir. And thank you so much for being amidst us. Thank you, sir. Please unmute yourself, Ravi Garu.
Uma Garu, kindly enable to share my screen because the host is
yeah. I will enable you.
Only you have to enable me.
Okay, sir. You can share your screen now.
Yes, yes. Good afternoon to all my friends, and it's a very, what I call, Dr. Uma is my, we have been working together for a long time, though not in a same institution, and I know her for the last, if I am correct, for the last more than
2 decades.
2 decades. And I was a regular visitor to Tirupati, like SV University and also Padmavati University for various programs. And now Madam is with Padmavati University, and it become very easy for me to what I call accept whenever she is asking me to serve as a resource person. And probably she would have exaggerated in her presentation about me. I am In fact, I'm a much junior to Professor Uma, but we learned so many things, and we work together in the Indian Adult Education Association also. She's a life member, and she's an executive, and I am also a part of that. And she has been helping me in serving as an examiner for the PhD. So this is how we work together, and it is an very what I call interesting thing that we are all together. Are you able to? Are you able to see the screen? Are you?
Yeah, we are watching the screen and hearing you, sir. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. And it's a good thing. See, what is happening is we academics, we do a lot of work. Particularly, I do not know what I call what other people think that. See, we academics, particularly in the last 10 years, if you look at, everybody is busy with so much of work, playing multiple roles, because the University Grant Commission has started what I call even before the introduction of the today's new education policy. The crux of the juice has been already being implemented in many aspects. Don't get into the political side of that. As an academics, if you look at that, it's a very important thing that we all what I call been struggling and striving, and we are also putting a lot of efforts in various areas, and we are trying to do the work. And it becomes very important nowadays to refresh and also to increase our capacity. So it isn't for academically, the phrase may look in a different way, but don't think that it is a kind of an mutually learning. See, I can learn, I have to learn from you, and whatever is with me, I have to share with you people. That is a kind of a situation has come now, and everyone, we cannot say that we have freezed our learning. It is not freezing the process of learning. It is the era of what I call transmitting the intergenerational learning from one generation to other generation, and the UNESCO now started looking at what is the intergenerational learnings are taking place in the different field. So we all, myself, and I do not know how many of our belong to the discipline of education and adult education or lifelong learning, but myself and Dr. Uma happen to be in the same field. Basically, I'm a student of economics, but my roots are in the lifelong learning and extension, and lifelong learning and extension, adult education and extension. This is nothing but we have to what to call whatever you learn outside the classroom are all important. That is what we are the starting from UNESCO to Venkat Ravi and Uma. We are all thinking that it is more of lifelong learning. Lifelong learning means even if we have faculties from the field of education, need not worry. It is more of learning every day. That is what I call that as in what I call a strong roots in our Indian culture. Particularly, we learn from others, and we learn from children, we learn from elders, we learn from friends. Peer group learning. All these things are very much important. So with this prelude, I would like to salute Professor Uma for doing a wonderful thing, that it is a very important thing. And in the last 2 years, many of our faculties, not cutting across the country, cutting across the universities and the institutions, we are being under a lot of stress, because we have to work online and we have to share our knowledge. At the same time, we have to get updated. That is more important. For example, normally we used to quote in the classroom. When the students come with the phone, even the button phone or whatever may be the phone, we used to say that you switch off the phone. Now we are asking students to switch on the phone to run the classes. So that is a turnaround we had. So that is being a situation, it becomes more and relevant to think of building the capacity, and particularly for social science research. We need not worry much about social science research. Don't think that it is something which we cannot achieve or we cannot touch and which is not accessible and which not affordable and which is not within our capacity. That is my what I call the request to all our friends. There may be seniors also, but otherwise also I am mentioning it. We need not worry much, because whatever we do, every day we are doing research. Every day we are doing research. That in the course of my interaction with you people for the next probably Professor Uma was hinting me that I can be with, we all can be together for another 1 hour or 1.5 hours or so. And I assure you that it will not be a boring weekend for all my friends. You need not worry. I'll take care of you, and it is an Saturday afternoon, and you need not worry, and I'll try to make you people to sit in the edge of the seat. You are because the topic is such and which requires kind of an interaction with everyone, and which requires a lot of what I call important thing we have to think of it. So this is a thing which I would like to share with all my friends. Probably if there are some senior people, don't think it otherwise. I am labeling you also friends. It is not like that. It is to share what I call whatever we learn, whatever we have understood, whatever we have digested, and whatever we have assimilated, and we are trying to what I call part with our own peer group. That is what I am trying to do. That see the what I call when we were discussing from the beginning, when we were discussing what I call fortunately Dr. Uma was though she is much senior to me, she has given a privilege to me to suggest that the flow how it can be for the 4 or 5 days, and then we thought that it is scratching from the field. Scratching the field means it is an identifying the problem, and also then we go on digging into that and understanding, and also what I call searching for the facts, searching for what is the gap, what has been left out, and what need to be done, and what is the kind of thing we have to look at, and what is the kind of thing which is a kind of a challenge which we are facing in the research. All those things she has tailored it in such a very nice manner. And then finally, she is expecting me, and she has told me that Ravi, you have to take care of and bring it in such a way that I'll give you what I call you take the final day and make it what I call the topic. You can have it as a report writing, and I feel it is an season of IPL. And it has become what I call in the evening. People who love cricket know that in the evening after the tea session, it will become a very, very important one. And because the wicket at the crease has to be very, very, very what I call very careful to see that the batsman is not what I call bowled out, and the batsman has to see. And here. Dr. Uma and myself both are at the crease. Sometimes she is at the striking end, sometimes I am at the striking end, sometimes she is a runner and I am facing the bowling. So that is a kind of a situation in the final stage. So my dear friends, why? See, ultimately we have to ask one question, and if someone who wants to answer some of those questions, kindly you can unmute and you can say that, and that would be very nice. See, what is happening is now you have to understand the situation is such that what I call where is the what is it called? Where is the need for writing a report? Why we should write a report? Why? Why? We do not know. We do not know because we have been doing it. Because what we have done is we have internalized and we have fully thorough and we have understood why we should write a report. And the report writing itself is something very, very important thing which requires a kind of an what do you call an interest in that. We must have an interest. We have to show the interest in drafting the report and presenting the report. And my dear friends, you just take it in this kind of an a technology driven society now. Already we were talking in the what I call the last decade of the century. We were talking about knowledge based society, as if we never thought of giving importance to knowledge. Yes, from the day one when the human creature arrived on this earth, everybody is thinking about knowledge only, the knowledge based society only. Here what we are trying to mention is, it is not the materialistic one. It is not the material which is more important. Much more than is the knowledge. Knowledge is much more important than any other physical resource. Rather, I would say that it is that is why in one of the state, one of the former chief minister was mentioning information is a resource. Information resource. I don't want to quote the name since it is an academic forum, but information is a resource. It is a very, very important one. And luckily, what has happened is when we entered into the 21st century, what I call the technology came into our hand. And in some time, we have gone in the hands of the technology also. In both the ways it has happened. But the technology is with us, and what is expected is what we do required to be documented. What is required for us, it is not working. If you are delivering, if you are able to deliver, and if you are able to perform, you must be in a position to document also. I'll give you a very simple example. Very, very simple example I'll give you. When I was working in one of the institutions, the principal was the Vaishya Bank's staff college principal, retired principal, with whom I worked as in the level of number 2. It so happened, and whenever he is going out of campus, he will get into my room and he will say that, Ravi, I am going out. Take care. I used to cube and I used to ask him, sir, why do you inform me? Ravi, I am not taking permission from you, but I am keeping you informed that I am away from the campus. And even he says that is an away from the campus, everything is delegated to me. The management function gets in. I do not know, some of the management students may be there. The delegation automatically takes into place, because when he is out of campus, it becomes a responsibility to me. The responsibility is transferred to me. That is indirectly happening. But between us, literally it is showing that he is keeping me informed. And it was something happened in the 1995-96 when I was working in the Oxford College of Business Management and also with the CMD. But now what is happening is, nowadays it has become in such a way that even within the family, we say that when we reach office, the days are in such a way that the risk is more, the challenge is more. What we do report among ourselves. That is nothing but we text with each other. When we reach, we say that, yes, I reached office, I reached home, I reached the company. They exchange the information. So that is what I call the help or the advantage of the technology. So that need not be what I call overlooked or undermined. There are certain things as an academics we perform duty. Okay, let me open up the next item. What is called? We have a very basic fundamental duties as an academics. We have three fundamental. Don't quote the constitution here. That is a very basic. Instead of basic duties which we have is three. We all know that it is primarily teaching. The next one is sorry, I take back. It is not primary or secondary or tertiary. There are three dimensions, three duties, primary duties are there. That is an teaching, research, and extension. And my dear friends, you take it from me, we do when we are in the office or whether we are off of the office, when we go out of the office also, we are being working. Have you ever thought that whether we are recording what we do? We do not know. That has become the problem. I do not know how many of you have prepared your application for career advancement. Then only you people will realize that the documentation is very, what I call the basic thing which is required for us. That is a fundamental, what I call the foundation for what I call this report writing. The report writing is something what I call it looks like an the what I call the direction or the efforts, the outcome of the efforts made in the process of documentation. When we document everything. Say for example, I have taken classes for MA 2 hours. I have taken classes for undergraduation. I have visited a particular village. I discussed with the dean. I discussed with so and so. When we just write your diary, that also becomes a kind of a report. So what is being important is lot of transaction. Again, I am going back as a student of what you call. See, probably my video sometime goes out, and don't worry, and I'll be there. Are you able to see my slides? Someone can reply to me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Audible. Okay. I think Ms. Ritu Trivedi has also replied. Good. See, what is happening is sometimes my video goes out, and that's why I'm worried. I am becoming invisible. So don't worry. So what is happening is the what I call the transactions are taking place, and which we need to record, and those transactions and all those transactions are very important when we what I call when we prepare a kind of report. Take it from me, the report is something, an output or the evidence for output which we have done lot of work. The performance is being reflected, or the performance, the whatever the task which we perform is being returned or recorded or chronologically or systematically arranged and explained in the report. So then you can understand what is the need which is a very basic thing why we need to write a report. That is the most important thing is we need to record our transactions, whatever we transact, which need to be recorded. So that let it be the very basic thing. When we get into the details, and we'll look into it. So in this presentation, I would like to discuss, take some kind of an, this is a synopsis, or this is a flow of the subtopics which we thought of discussing. Now we are making some kind of an efforts to arrive at an understanding that we need to record our transactions, and whatever we do, whatever we have done, take photographs, whatever we have discussed with some people, record the outcome of the discussion, whatever we have visited, whatever the documents we have taken, take out those documents and record it, and based on all these things only the reports can be prepared. And why we need report is to show that this is a kind of an understanding we have. This is a kind of an analysis we have done. This is a kind of an discussion we held. Just I'll quote an example. One of my friend is thinking that she was asking me why many people are not able to decide on an institution for their higher studies and what is the course which they can take. It is an unanswered question. Nobody knows. Nobody knows that these are all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factors which decides, which makes Uma to join Padmavati Vidyalaya and Venkatravi to join Gandhigram Rural Institute. Nobody knows. See, there is a set of factors. And when you analyze and when you bring out, this is the most important factor which influenced Uma to join Padmavati. Yes, one sociological reason may be gender, under specialization, under experience, and daughter of the soil. And when it comes Venkatravi, it is son of the soil, experience, there was a vacancy. This is what our academic people say. But there are so many factors which is working, and statistically we try to analyze and we bring out, we say, so this is the principal factors are which has determined, which has made Dr. Uma to get into there. Uma got selected because of this. Venkatravi got selected because of this. That is nothing but your principal component analysis, the factor analysis. When we do that we may understand. But whatever we do, simply I said it, I have been blabbering for 2-3 minutes about that particular thing. But when you write, that will come more than 3-4 pages. You have to list out factors, socio-demographic, you have to list out socio-economic, you have to enlist location factors, location of the institution, so many things. My dear friends, the choice of an education institution, choice of the course is influenced by many factors. And when you find out which is the principal component, which is the primary factor which is designing, you will resort for an statistical tool and analysis. And whatever you have done, we need to write down, explain. Where you will do. All these things have to come in the form of and write up paragraphs or in the different forms we have to show it. So this is the most important. This is something connected with the research. When we get into the detail, I'll tell you, there are different kind of reports and which need an academician has to do that. So that I'll move on to that. So we will look into that, what are the types of report which in academicians or academics we focus on. Then we will see what is a normal content, how it should be. Then other 4 items will be more or less, it is there with that, and otherwise also I'll try to explain it. So writing style, how you will be writing, and value adding to the report. See, it is nowadays, I quoted elsewhere, the technology is with us, so which has enabled us so much, and the writing style has to be improved. For example, I'll quote, when my thesis was evaluated by an Britisher, and he was telling that my name was misspelled in 4 places. My name has been misspelled. Then I found out in my thesis what are all the names which I have quoted, I have compared it, then I could deduct and I could find out who is that examiner. In 4 places, Simon, S-I-M-O-N. I have missed I, S-M-O-N I have put. So then I could find out that it is Simon Charlesling. So this kind of skill can also be incorporated among our young faculties. That will be more helpful. And this is one dimension. And another dimension in one of my students' thesis. And an examiner has written, now it is a technology-enabled word processing. It is not in a manual typewriter or electronic typewriter. So when you do that, you are expected that this spelling mistake or the the phrasing should be very careful. So the I won't say it is a quality of writing. It is that is why I said it's a writing style. When you go into detail, I'll try to pick up 1 or 2 pages of my report and I'll try to show it. That I will make it. The time is there. So need not worry. And only thing is I have to disturb Uma madam again. And I will do that. No problem. So value adding. See, I'll tell you, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, if you are not adding value to your report, if you are writing something and see, now I lost a value, my face is not visible now. See, it has become a problem for others. There's something, we are sitting alone in the room and somebody's voice is we are listening. But when we see TV, this is something like a television. If you are able to see the television and somebody is delivering a dialogue, you are able to understand. Now we are able to reach through television, we are able to take our lessons to the doorsteps or to the drawing rooms of our students. So that is a kind of an value addition. We have to show it in the report writing also. And what all the opportunities are there, and we will see what all the challenges are also there. Okay, this is a kind of an layout I am thinking. And are you able to hear me, my friends?
Yes, don't worry. Yes, you are audible, sir. You can proceed.
Oh, okay. Because I lost my camera. That's why I'm...
Don't worry about your camera, but we are hearing you.
Okay, then no problem. Okay, then it becomes like an All India radio. Need not worry. Okay, it's an Akashvani. Okay, that's good. So, my dear friends, see, when we yes, good. It has come. Thank you. I got reconnected it. I think it is good. So, what is the report is it's a document that provides, and when we think of report writing, we have to keep it in our mind that you are recording whatever the work you have done and whatever the output which you have created. I'll give you an example. Yes, I have conducted a faculty development program for 4 days or 5 days. I said, okay, let us not talk about the FDP. We'll take a seminar. In those days, we had an offline seminar, yes. And 2 days. 2 days means there can be 8 sessions. And forget about 2 sessions. One is a inauguration and the last one is a valedictory. And at least you have 6 sessions. The first day for post-tea session till lunchtime. Then we'll have all those things. Then, and what we do, we prepare the proceedings. Who has delivered, who has welcomed, who has delivered the inaugural address, and what is the highlights of his inaugural address, whether it was highlighting or underlining or emphasizing the main theme which we are talking about, and what has happened in the first session, then session 3 and 4 in the first day afternoon, and second day morning, that is an fourth and fifth session, and the sixth session, that may be an interaction and evaluation from the participants. Then we'll go for the last one is the valedictory. And we write, there were 6 sessions. The sessions was chaired by so-and-so, so-and-so, and the co-chair was served as a rapporteur. And then this is an outcome. This is a policy implication. The suggestions came out of these papers. All those things we record it. This is the more fundamental thing required for preparing the report. That is why report is a document that provides what has happened. What has happened is completely be recorded. That is a very first thing. The second one is the recording the proceeding. That's what I have been telling now. Just now I have been telling. And report is writing the result of an action. Yes, many people think, see, there are two kind of social science research. One is the basic one and another one is the applied research. And the applied research is now, it is more or less, it is what I call taking in a shape in such a way that is also gaining importance. And of course, I remember one of our senior academy administrator turned academician, and he's a vice versa, academician turned administrator. He was questioning me in one of the interview and in a discussion, and he was asking what are the types of research. Then I told it is a basic research, and another one is professor, it is an applied research, which includes your evaluation studies and monitoring, and also interdisciplinary research. How can you say that the evaluation is a research? No, evaluation is a research. Evaluation is a research, and which people like me, we have been doing it for the last 20-25 years. We know that. We find out. I'll show you the report. Also, now I will put it on live. I'll show one of the report, the evaluation report also, which shows that see there you are looking at some of the factors. I'll quote an example. In one of the evaluation study, it is connected with watershed. It is something connected with watershed evaluation. And in the another study is connected with forget about watershed. You think of the NREGS. Everybody knows about MG NREGS. That becomes more handy example for everyone, and particularly I use that kind of an example. See, yes. See, what has happened is you are bringing out in such a study what is happening and what has happened. I'll quote an example from in the state of Telangana. In the state of Telangana, there is one district called, which is very near, and I think still that district is there. That's called Nalgonda, where I was looking at in the MGNREGS, the composite Andhra Pradesh government has converged the development of horticulture. That is nothing but when you are going for cultivating horticulture crops, the NREGS is under the NREGS, under the concept of convergency, resources, the money, material resources are provided to the public or the selected people who can cultivate horticulture crops. This is a main focus of that program. Then we went and we have been studying the people, seeing that whether they have gone in for mango plantations, sapota, and then Sandra and so many things. Then we could find the government wanted to know only that, whether those plants are available or they have cultivated, what is the challenge and all this. And I was looking into that, and my colleagues were also involved, and we were going around. Then in one of the village, I went round and I was talking to that farmer. It was very interesting, and the investment made was really worth. Whatever they invested, the guava, sapota, and mango started yielding in the last 3-4 years after that, and it's good. I asked him, as a student of economics, as a villager, I come from village. And which so happened that it is a triangle which is where all the three states like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka comes together, joins together. That is a belt from where I hail from there. So I asked the farmer, how you managed in the last 3 years? You have been without any returns and you have been making it, and then cultivating, and you are struggling, and how much you are able to make money to meet your expenditure. Sir, you see all these fencing. All these fencing was done by me to protect the horticultural crops. Then I thought that anyhow we are irrigating the crops at least once in a week, and he thought that let us have some creepers, the vegetable producing creepers can be on the fence. Then slowly he has cultivated. And I do not know the English names, but that's why I'm putting it in a what I call in a one word called it is a creeper vegetables. In the first year, nothing was there. From the second year onwards, even before the main crop came, that gentleman was making income out of the vegetable cultivation. And from 5th year onwards, he has started earning from the curry leaves. So the action is only one. The action is only one, that you have converged your efforts, provided resources to your farmer to cultivate horticulture crop. But what all the output came? He was educated. As an adult educator, I would say that he has been given a literacy, functional literacy of utilizing the available land and water effectively, and started making additional income from his land. That is nothing but vegetable cultivation. That is what our home scientist and also your what I call the flagship program called Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is also calling for that. So that gentleman, I distinctly remember, he is not an educated, he is an illiterate only. But he started generating his own income, additional income, by cultivating creepers and vegetable producing creepers in the fence, and he was making money. And I have recorded it in a different way in the report. So what happens, why I'm quoting this is, this can be a kind of an, we are adding some kind of a value also to the report, and also you are able to show that what is the length of action, what is the what I call the length of impact, or the dimensions of impact has taken place because of your research, and that needs to be documented. That is why we need report writing. Okay, I think Dr. Vijaydarshini wanted to say something. Madam? Good. She has gone offline. No problem. So this is a one which is very, very important thing. So couple of reasons, and of course we generate, people may be knowing the difference between data and information. And take it from me, data means it is only my age. It's a data. Uma's age, it is only a data. when you compare my age with Uma and Uma's age with me, that becomes an information. I may be junior to her and I may say that Uma is my senior. That becomes an information. So when we undermine that, that's the main problem with us. We see what with folded hands, I'm requesting my dear friends, to think holistically. Now it's a time of an interdisciplinary approach. Don't think that everything is on the watertight compartment. It is not an Rajdhani Express. Sorry, it is not an ordinary express. If it is a Rajdhani Express, it is completely vestible. It is all disciplines have been vestible in such a way that starting from engine to end, you can go and come back. So when you think data or any information, whatever you have there, that need to get into here, and that has to get into your pen, and that has to get into your word processing. That is the more important thing. Whatever you are recorded here, see, that is a problem. Even for me, I have that problem. I'm accepting it. I record it here. It won't come through my pen. And it won't go to my word processing. So that is called report writing. Whatever you have understood, you must be in a position to phrase it in such a way and bring it as a sentence and see, narrate it, give the implication, which I attempted now, what has happened in Nalgonda. Because I have done it, purposefully I have done it, and I remember that case, I quote this case for many years, because that case is an alive, not in the form of MGNRHS, but as an academician, what needs to be understood when we look at an action at ground level. That is a more important thing which I have learned when I have studied. Still I am learning that. Still I am a student of lifelong learning. Then this is a kind of a thing. I am not going into the financial aspect. The report is meant for revealing the financial status. That is nothing but our auditor statement and annual report. I am not going into that detail. We need not worry much about it. Then, what are all the types? My dear friends, I am not boring you people, and don't think like that. And I'm with after 3-4 slides, I will ask permission from Professor Uma, and I'll bring the live thing, whatever the reports which we have written, I'll show you. Then I will discuss with you people.
So you are free. So, sir, you are free to show anything which would you would like to show.
Yes, I'll show it. So, what is the kind of the rough work which we have done? If you look at, definitely from academic point of view, you will think of these are all the broadly. We can go on adding that it is a free listing. I have done it. Many people know that free listing. Free listing means whatever we know, and randomly thoughts have been arranged in a sequence in a presentable form. And the research report everybody knows, and evaluation and monitoring reports. Monitoring reports we all know. We get it. We handle classes in Zoom, or we handle classes in Google, and we will get an attendance reported, and you will get it in an Excel format. That is nothing but your monitoring report, and we need not undermine that. We think that it is a list only, it shows. But when it becomes nowadays, in many universities have started that we need to generate monitoring reports of when we handle classes in any platform, it is very much required to generate attendance and give it to them. That means it is a two-way edged blood. One is those students who have not attended will also see that it is an object. And a teacher like me, if I am unable to take the attendance report, it shows that I have not taken the class. So the academic administrators can easily monitor that. So that's a monitoring report, and that's a.
Sorry, please carry on.
So then, no, in between something comes, because after a long gap, I am using Zoom platform. I have been using Google Meet. When I am using after a long gap, I am using Zoom platform. The in between the updates are coming, so that's why it's slightly stuck. Okay, so then process report or proceedings. Process reporting is very, very important. Process report or process monitoring, which normally the academics we won't give much importance, because there are very few people who will have the additional responsibilities of either looking at the hostels or looking at the student affairs or looking at the scholarship and fellowships or what I call looking at the disciplinary actions and student counseling and guidance. All those things becomes very rarely one or two people or a couple of people, half a dozen people work on those areas in any institution. So the process monitoring is very important. Process proceedings need to be recorded. What we do, it is a process reporting and proceedings is nothing but in our administration we have the old name called minutes, but it is not like that. It is not the minute, it is not only the minutes. You are recording the entire proceedings. Whatever the points which people have raised, you record it, then you bring it, and then you synthesize in the palatable way and you are presenting it. Okay, that's the thing. So, financial report, I leave it, but the field visit and work report. My dear colleagues, my dear friends, you take it from me, this is the most important thing and the most important thing which have been neglected by many of our education institutions. I'm sorry to say this, because what is happening is our people, academics, we take students to many visits, many field visits, exposure visits, study tours. What is happening is we take them. If it is an institution, we'll ask them that who are all the people you met, what is the topic which they have discussed with you, and you give me the report. But in many cases, what is expected is what is happened within the minds of the students and within the what I call the transaction between the student and the teacher. What has happened? That has to be reflected in the field visit and work report. That is the more important. Very, 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 very important thing is there are a couple of cases where I have seen people ask them to record what you have understood, what is the concept which they have applied, which you have learned in the classroom, and you brought it. But what is happening is we are all tight roped in such a way that we'll take the students even before the semester examination, or after the semester examination, maybe in the final year we'll take them, and they may be in the threshold of going out. They are in such a mood, and the semester examination may come, and people may not give importance to getting that report. And when it happens that how you have understood, then that becomes more important. That becomes the what I call, you will come to know that the field work, field visit report is very, very important one, and which what I call, which has a lot of value. This is nothing but how far the teachers have reached the mind and heart of the students, and how far the students have understood whatever we have delivered. That will get reflected only in this report. Let me skip these two important things that's on the financial report and market survey. Market survey, I'll touch upon in a different field. Financial report, it is nothing but your auditing. We need not worry much about it. So, what can be a content of a research? What can be a content of a research report, and everyone have their own style. Every professor, every university, every discipline, they have their own style of making a structuring a report. My dear friends, probably all of you what I call in the postdoctoral level. So postdoctoral level means what I say is don't think that you are all PDF. It is not like that. It is in postdoctoral level means already you have completed your PhD and you are in the teaching level and maybe seniors also may be there. And the important thing of structuring the report is it is what you will jot down and either yourself or your scholar and even if you do your research and if this structure is available with you, then that makes your job very easy. Otherwise, this is a very, very difficult thing. So normally what we do is, of course, there is one thing which I have shown it here in the particular, is it visible?
Yeah. You can expand more.
Yes.
And later you can reduce it. You just expand now.
Okay. So it is this is a thing, and what is happening is this is a one report, one research work which along with my senior colleague Professor Raja, I've been doing it. I am. It is my phone only, Uma. It is not your phone. It is my phone. So let me show that the how we have structured it. I'll try to 1 minute now.
Okay.
Kindly excuse me. There is a call from my Vice Chancellor's office. Nothing.
Okay. You please carry on.
Sir, I'm for a meeting. Like an Now let me what I call even before explaining, if it is possible, let me show that what I call that report itself. I'll try to show that, and I do not know whether I'll be able to what I call share that. Let me try. I do not know how to share this. That's a very difficult thing.
Just minimize this PPT and then share it.
Okay.
You just show the item which you would like to share. Okay?
Okay. I'm trying to do that.
Okay.
Dr. Uma, is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Is it visible? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 1 minute. Okay, good. So this is a one report, one study on what I call this is something connected with the what I call the child protection related issues, which were along with my colleague we have conducted it, and the latest one, February 22. Okay, so see, this is how the structure will start. A research report. This is a research report only. So in the research report, you should have this kind of an the what I call the cover page, and it is better to make cover page more attractive. Otherwise, people may think in a different way. So make it in a presentable way. And thing is, you should have the clear title. The title should be, if it is a funded one, the title should be whatever the title which has been spelled out in the sanction order. That is the most important thing. I have seen some of my colleagues in other institutions, when the ICSSR has sanctioned the project they have completed, they have rephrased the title and it has become a problem. They said, you have not taken permission from us. How can you change the title? This is the title for which we have given the fund. Then after submitting, an approval was obtained from that. So this is the kind of an thing is there, because probably my colleagues may say that, sir, why do you give such an importance to that? Sir, it is part of your, what I call, ethics in the publication, or it is connected with your IPR. That we always, we have not, particularly the social science people, we never thought that it is, see, if I have, I means it is not me, and a professor has done a work on something collected with child protection, a study was conducted, and he has given some recommendation, means it is in a particular report. It is what I call, it is his brainchild, it is his knowledge. Then it becomes his intellectual property right. He has that right, and the funding agency has that right. But in our social science, we say that "Arey chalta hai bhai, kya kuch likha de diya." So that should not be there. And this is the more important thing, and it should be done. Then you have to mention in the very first page, in the cover page itself, to whom you are submitting, or whether it is funded by them, or this is something commissioned by them. They have asked us to study, so we are submitting to the Department of Social Defense, Government of Tamil Nadu. And who is submitting that? In the initial cover, you have to put the institution name and institution emblem in such a way that it is the intellectual property generated in a particular academic institution. That is the most important thing you are making it. This is nothing but the brand you are establishing in the academic field. You are selling the brand. You are telling that, yes, this is the thing. What is happening is, all these, when it goes into our information highway, either in the Google or thing, they will come to know what are all the institutions they have done the work in this particular area. Then it should go, actually, since it is a draft only, I have not added my name and my professor name. Dr. Uma, it is a latest work of Dr. Raja and myself.
I know that. I have seen.
Yes, yes. So then what is happening is, you have to mention, once it is finalized, I will be mentioning what I call the author's name, author of the research report, you have to mention it. And very important thing here is your, what I call, the month. Sometimes it requires even the date and month and year need to be mentioned in the inside cover page. You have to mention it. Otherwise, people, the funding agency may say that you have not submitted. And this is very much required. Then comes your acknowledgement. Acknowledgement means it isn't something like you are expressing, you are thanking all these people. Of course, that is where we do a lot of mistakes. My dear friends, I'll tell you what has happened is, we have to, if it is a funded one, if it is a commissioned one, commissioned means assigned work. Commission means not the commission taken by the researcher. It is not like that. It is an assigned work. Assigned work, commissioned work. So what happens? You have to thank first the institution which has assigned the work to you. That is a more important thing. Then you have to express your gratitude or whatever may be it to the authorities of the institution to which you are affiliated. It is a sequence. It is a very much, it is a protocol. Then normally we thank Vice Chancellor, Registrar and Finance Officer. If it is a college, we thank the chairman of the college, we thank the secretary of the college, or we thank the principal, and then we thank the HOD, and we thank the administrative officer, administrative and accounts officer. Because all the three are sanctioning authorities, they are taking care of them. Then we have to go down and we have to thank the people who are directly involved with our work. Maybe district level or state level. Sometimes the third paragraph, normally I used to thank, sometime if it is an IAS officer, even before Vice Chancellor, I will put the district collector and that also I will show you. I'll thank them. Then you have to thank other stakeholders. Other stakeholders, people who have helped you in conducting the field work, people who are directly given response, all those people you have to thank. But nevertheless, don't forget that there is one team which you are always working with you people, and you should not forget to acknowledge their contribution in that work, and you have to show it at that end and put it. And if it is it's a kind of an process, we have to follow it. Then this is a more important thing, the content of the report, you have to make it clear. Since it is a draft, I have not added couple of things, that it should start with what you call the list of diagrams. It is not finalized one. It is for me, just for an understanding. I made it, I converted into PDF. I am showing it to our friends. So you have to add the abbreviations, list of diagrams, list of charts, all those things, and mention the small letters. They'll give the page numbers, and then make it and show it. At the end, this is the body of the report, where you have to think of what I call the 6-4 charts, the 5-6 chapters may be there. It is all left to the researcher to decide. Normally, I have an habit of making it as a 5 or 6 or 7. Sometime I'll go for 9. It's all depends upon the individuals. But the normal structure, I'll be showing it in my normal structure. Normal thing is like this. We'll have a introduction, background chapter, then analysis, data information obtained based on that, then case studies, findings, like that it will come. Okay, so here instead of that slide, I'll show you this. This will become more lively one, and you people can what I call easily, because it is a distant learning now. So that becomes. So this is how we make. Sir, my dear friends, I'll tell you the most important thing, which we say that no, sir, it is not my job, sir. मेरा secretary का job है ना, मैं typist का job है ना. So it's not like that. I'll tell you. See, in this report, whatever the page numbers which I have mentioned, it is all wrong. This is all wrong. Why I'm telling that is, when we merged the file, when we brought it together, the page numbers have changed. My typist has given the old numbers. So what happens, if it is a research report, the very important thing is the list of table when you are giving. The best way of doing it is, don't take list of tables first. Complete, formalize, finish your entire structure. That is a body. What is a body? This one. This one you finalize that. Make it pakka. Make it pakka. And I told you now what all the opportunities are available now. I'll tell you. If you are using a Word file and if you are merging, that will become a difficult one, and it is a realignment will take place on its own, and it will become a mess up, and we may not be able to find out where the table has been placed and the discussion on the table was done. But the technology is helping us convert the Word file into PDF and then merge it. Then no file, no table or no graph, no diagram, no photo, nothing will move out the place where you have placed it. So that you finish it. Then you go for the particular thing. There is no what I call hard and fast rule for this, but no research methodology book will talk about that. I think Dr. Uma will agree with me. So this is the most important thing. This has come as a student of lifelong learning. It is a functional literacy in the academic field which we have learned. It will come only by doing, learning by doing, learning by doing. Now, the new education policy says that on-job training, ability-oriented courses, ability-oriented course. This is an ability-oriented course. What Dr. Uma is doing is an ability-oriented course. To learn about our research methodologies, give a very little amount, very small amount. I'll tell you, maybe 250, 300 rupees, you will get Wilkinson and Buttercup, the cheap book. You can read, it is enough. But these things are more important where our academics are being cornered by some other people. That is where I am worried. Yes, tell me, madam.
I just would like to say one word that actually research methodology is like an ocean. Organizing these 1 week programs or 10 days program will be we are trying to imbibe one drop of research methodology among the participants' brains. That's all I feel that.
Exactly. That is what.
Not one book will serve the purpose of the research methodology, and we need to refer many more books if we would like to have proficiency in research methodology.
Yes, no. I fully agree with Professor Uma. Whatever you said, it is a well said one. What I am trying to voice it here is certain things like how you have to structure it. It becomes very difficult, and the many books, many research methodology books, but they won't talk about the layout of the report or layout of the thesis, and they will say that it is you have to structure it. There should be an interconnection between the chapters. The introduction should talk about this, methodology should talk about this. So, but the thing is, the individual researchers only, I may be differing from others may differ from me. But what is happening is, whatever I am speaking, whatever I am trying to sharing with my peer group is that all these things, whatever I am able to do it, and whatever I am facing problem, all these things are all my learnings. As a lifelong learning faculty, as an extension faculty, I value that learning by doing is more important, and that only will help. That is the main, and I feel that I give value to that, and that has to go in the, the input through these kind of faculty development program. That is my submission. Because many scholars, they might have read many more books than me, particularly me. And you are a very good reader, I know that. But the problem is, these things, practical difficulties, the challenges can be faced. Then I have forgotten to tell you, this is a more important thing which you have to do it. And one thing is try to place the logo of our institution, whatever the institution to which you are belonging, and also try to put in the footer. See, why I'm telling that is, what is happening is, in the plagiarism, that I have not touched that, and I'm doing it at the end. See, the most important thing is, this is an outcome of some of the brains. Okay. Many brains put together, they take strain and they write and they bring out. And it is the property of those brains and the hard work. And what happened, the pages should be made clearly that it is a property of a particular institution. Somebody may ask that, okay, sir, they may take it out. But when you are doing it, at least a printout in such a way that people will be slightly scared. Stealing those sheets, at least they will be scared and they may be worried. Okay, good. Then, introduction. Still, I would suggest to my colleagues, some people may ask that, sir, this is an 21st century, still you have used the footnote. But I'll give you a justification for that. When you write, and when somebody is reading your writings. If some youngsters are reading, okay, that's a different issue. Some senior person is reading and they might have gone through these kind of text in many places. And if you have acknowledged it very properly that this is not my sentence, I am quoting Dr. Uma, I am quoting Adinarayan Reddy, I am quoting Parthasarathi, I am quoting Jayagopal, then nobody will find fault with you. If it is a thesis, if you have already acknowledged in such a way in the pages itself, that becomes more important. And second thing is, if it is written and shown there itself the source, that will be useful for the youngsters. I'll tell you. I'll see that, oh, good, very good. So this is a source. They will go and see the main source. They will get educated. And if you tell that you find the source and read, nobody will read. But if you just leave it, a curiosity, automatically you are making them to look for those sources. So that is why the most important thing is try to quote it either footnote or endnote. Something you have to follow it, that will become more important. Text reference is also very much important. Even when I submitted my thesis in 1991, I have used text reference. There is no doubt at all. That's a very important thing. But I learned a lesson that instead of text reference, the footnote is becoming more educative to others. Then I started using this in my students' thesis. Okay. So this is my, sir, please don't mistake me. I am trying to give both the sides, both the problems, and also this becomes easy for the, what I call the faculty and also to the scholars. So this is the thing. So this is how there should be a flow, and there you have to introduce some of the in the introduction part. What I have done is maximum I tried my level best to put together the concept of child protection I have discussed, then the various dimensions of child protection also I have tried my level best to discuss on all those definitions and quoted, and what is the existing situation, and how much the 4 dimensions of the rights, the right to survival, right to protection, all those things we tried my level best to make it. And then I looked at what are all the what I call the abuse also we tried to define it and give an understanding, and what happens, all those things we tried in the very first chapter itself. And then to show that this is a thing, kind of a thing is happened, then you have to put forth in the very first chapter itself, telling that, oh, yes, what are all the questions we would like to raise. I'm not going into the drafting the research proposal or something. It is better to show these are all the unanswered questions, and this, even if it is answered in the social science, whatever has happened in Kanpur need not happen in Kurnool. Okay, whatever has happened in Kurnool, it is not necessarily it should be the same in the Coimbatore area. There may be difference. So the question remains same, but the locality, there may be change of reaction of the particular set of people with the socio-demographic and socio-economic profile, it may change. So the questions, so these things you have to mention it, and those things I'm not going into detail. That's a more of a research methodology related. I'm not worried much about it. Much has been taught and much has been discussed in this thing. So these things. My way of I would suggest to normally I'm suggesting to my scholars, probably Dr. Uma may have been aware when she has gone through one of my scholars' thesis. The methodology also I'll explain in the very first chapter. People should know that how you have done the research, what is the methodology you have followed, what is an objective for which you have worked. All those things should come in the part of it. That is why normally I term that the introduction chapter as an introduction and design of the study. The best way of expressing and introducing the what I call the research thing which you have done in the very first chapter itself You have to show it. It is nothing but like in YouTube, you will get the promo video. Promo video. 2 minutes, 3 minutes will come. 4 or 5 people will be talking in the UMAS program. These are all the people. And these are all the topics which they are going to deal. These are all the days on which they are dealing. So last day is Venkat Ravi. So last day being a Saturday, forget about it. We need not attend that. That becomes kind of a planning also. It's a more important thing. That's the thing. Okay. Good. So this is how you should to make it. Then best thing is if the sampling thing we need to explain and we give training to the scholars and also the research assistants. There we have to make it and put a proof. I was telling about the value addition to your research report or reporting. This is one of the value addition. You have to place couple of photographs in your, normally what happens in the social science, in the 80s and 70s, taking color printout of the title page itself was considered as a very big thing. Okay, when I remember Uma may be recalling her own thesis and all these things. So now what is happening is, it is social science or science, whatever may be it. You need to create value addition and also you have to give the proof. The researcher is standing here. Researcher is discussing with the respondent or given training to the research assistants. Maybe arranged photographs. Somebody may say that's it is an arranged photograph, sir. No, let it be. Even if it is an arranged photograph, many things are arranged only now. So why don't we put some photographs? Then it becomes so the reader will find, oh, good. Somebody has gone there in the field and they are given training to the field staff. So they will understand. And my dear friends, I'll tell you, this is where we have all social science people have failed. I'm challenging it because we have not recorded that, sir, this is how 2-3 rounds of discussion we held for finalizing the research tools. What we do in the department, we sit and discuss for the our interview schedule or questionnaire. Have we recorded anywhere? Are we placing the photographs? Even I failed as a stupid fellow. I failed placing those photographs in my report. See, this is the value addition. This is a proof you are improving the quality of your reporting system itself, the report drafting. Why I'm telling is, it's a very important thing in the social science field. At least we sit with the experts, 2-3 sitting and finalizing the interview schedule and questionnaire or checklist, whatever may be it. But we are not showing in the report that this is what we have done. We consider that as a confidential one and we consider as a minor factor which need not be revealed to the all mentioned in the research report. But with a folded hands, I am telling to my friends, you record it. Because many funding agencies say that, have you taken the stakeholder into consideration? Where have you consulted stakeholders? Yes, we have consulted. Stakeholder consultation in the field level. Research tool, how we have done it. I'm going to place some of the reports, which photographs also, which we had in the department, and I will be including that. For roughly, I arranged it for the purpose of your program only. I cooked up and I really cooked this dish and I brought it here. Okay, so this is a more important thing, we have to show it. So then we'll move to the background chapters. In the background, I'm not going into detail, you are all educated, highly educated. So normally in the second chapter should be the concept and review. Whatever.
Ravi Garu, I
Yes.
just would like to remind you that research scholars are also there along with the faculty members.
Okay, then no problem. Then no.
This is the mixed group of research
Okay,
scholars,
okay.
faculty members. Okay.
Then good.
Thank you.
So in the background chapter, normally it will come one or two chapters will come background chapters. My dear friends, background chapter means you are talking about the entire subject in which you are doing the research. Something like here we talked about the child protection related protection of children. What are all the concepts involved in that, and definitions and programs, and then rights, all those things, policies and programs, and then what is an institutional structure available. Just I'm moving the cursor. I think my friends are able to see policies and programs. Make it in nutshell and show it. If it is something connected with some other subject, the the concepts of those things should come in the second chapter, and you have to discuss all those things in the very first chapter itself. Then national level picture, you have to mention it. What is happening if you are doing a research in Orissa, then you are required to talk about the national level. Then you move down to the what you call the situation in the state level and institutional arrangement. Look, all those things, the related aspects. So if it is something like, say for example, it is an agriculture marketing. What is an arrangement being made at national level for agriculture marketing? And what is the state level arrangement? What are all the institutional structure available? And what are all the institutions available? What are all the market committees available? How the farmers' participation is there? All those things you have to make it. Those institutional structure, these you are saying, if someone is reading the very second chapter, the person must be in a position to understand you are introducing the subject to that particular person. You are talking about that particular subject on which you are doing agriculture marketing. Agriculture marketing means district market committees are there, state level market committees are there, Food Corporation of India is there. All those things you have to explain in the second chapter. That would be the expected thing that will give you a kind of an interesting thing. So you have to mention in the second chapter. So let me go to this slide. Then after the background chapters, only your analysis and discussion starts. Normally, that is becoming what you call the main focus of your research report. It may be thesis or it may be research report. After background chapter, your analysis will take place. There we have to use our methodology properly. There are two things, not research methodology. The systematic logical thinking should be there in two ways. The very first way is you might have what I call maybe having 3 or 4 objectives or 4 or 5 objectives. In this particular study, there are 5 objectives. The very first 2 objectives are connected with the programs and policies. So that has been taken care of in the background chapter itself. We have explained it. The third and fourth objective is what is happening in the field level. The situation, level of awareness on child protection. So there what you have to do is, you might have accumulated enormous data on any subject from the field. You might have collected by using PRA methods or interview schedule or questionnaire and whatever may be it. So what you have to do is, you have to divide the what I call analysis and discussion chapter presentation. Either it is a research report or thesis, whatever may be it. When it is research related, you have to make the what I call the secondary data related chapter and the primary data, field level data you might have collected, that need to be taken care of. I would suggest with a little experience or say considerable experience, normal way of dividing the analysis can be in line with the objectives. That is the most important thing that will become a reader friendly, and moreover, if it is a thesis, particularly if it is a PhD thesis, I would strongly recommend that the analysis chapter can be, or maybe, or should be, or need to be in line with the objectives. Because the researcher and the guide working for 4 or 5 years, and the examiner is asked to take the risk. All the examiners are entrepreneurs. They are taking risk. They are reading, sitting there for 300 pages reading. So they must be in a position to digest whatever you have said in the first chapter objectives. So best thing should be, please take it from me, make objective-wise chapters. The analysis chapter should be divided logically based on the objectives. Here I quote whatever here it has been done here. Best thing could be here, it is, we have done it like that. Then I was telling about the what I call the facilities available or the opportunities available. You must be aware, and you must use it in what I call to the significant level that the technology can be used. Mr. Vasudevaya, can you turn off your video, please? Mr. Vasudevaya, can you switch off your video, please?
Vasu, video anta switch off cheyamma. Yeah, you please carry on, Ravi.
So I was telling about the best way of one of the best practice in tailoring the research report. The chapter should be in conformity with the objectives. And you cannot make the object. Sometimes we make that finally in the case of PhD thesis, that is how we are making. We write chapters, then we'll change the objectives in such a way that we are meeting the need of the scholar. Okay, that's a different issue. That's called crisis management. I'm not talking about crisis management. In a normal situation, my dear friends, it is better to make the chapters wise. See here. The second chapter we talked about the concept. The third chapter we are talking about the child right related and what are all the programs and what is an institutional arrangement is available. And I was mentioning when in the beginning elsewhere, I remember that the value addition is, I was talking about value addition. And if I remember correctly, I think value addition only. Yes, wait. Value adding. So the value addition here is you have to give these kind of the overall thing. In particular report, I'll tell you the easiest example for others to digest. This is connected with the child protection and how the child rights are protected, what is an institutional organizational arrangement at the government level available at a particular point. So, and here we are talking about what is an administrative structure or the available at the district level, we are mentioning it. So, this will give, instead of if you are putting it, we can write a list and show it to them. That is one way. But at the same time, the value adding here is if you are able to put it in the graph and in the diagram form, and people will come to know to whom, how the decisions are flowing. Normally, you are showing. I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. See, there was again call from Vice Chancellor's office. I'm not able to avoid that. I'm sorry. I'm not a big shot, but he has assigned some work and I have to do it. And I said I will give it on Sunday. He is reminding me and he says that today is Saturday. He is telling that, okay, sir, I'll give you. Tomorrow I'll give you. That happens. Okay, good. That happens. So, coming back to the chapters. See, my dear friends, the best way here, you are, if it is a research scholar, is drafting his thesis, a research report, and it is the most important thing, you are exhibiting your ability. And the ability which you have, your knowledge, your skill, you are showing it in your thesis. With folded hands, I am telling to my dear research scholars, there are research scholars, Dr. Uma was mentioning, please see that you are adding value in different forms into your thesis, and that will automatically show that this particular scholar is capable of utilizing available computer technology in such a way they are able to make presentation. And that will help you to get a job. In the form of when it comes for research scholars, the important thing of adding value into your research writing in the in the thesis, in the report, why we are asking to add all these things. Indirectly, it will show you your skill, your ability. This is what the new education policy talks about. Ability increasing courses. But we are crying. We say that no, don't add ability. We wanted to remain only submissive. We don't want ability. But we wanted only positions. How will you get? My dear scholars, my dear students, I'll tell you, without you, we are not here. And we can be there without you also. But without us, you cannot be there. This is one kind of a theory. But second theory is it is a complementary and supplementary. Without you, we cannot be there. And I am known by my guide. My guide is also known by me. So that's a kind of a thing, relationship is there. I think Dr. Moa will agree with me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So please try to add as much skill you exhibit your skill. The putting diagrams, showing the maps, all these things are very much required. That's what I wanted to highlight here. Okay, 1 minute, sorry. And see, we were talking about in a particular section the wall writings about the child rights, and we were arguing that it is the wall writings are there and in many places. So what we have done is we have taken couple of photographs, and one photograph just for your purpose only. It is an hot, it is cooked and served here. That is why only one photograph I have placed it here. I'll show you one more report where I'll show you many more photographs. So these kind of a photograph you have to make it, and then we have to write here where this particular photograph is also taken. That's a more important thing. Okay, here I will stop here for 1 or 2 minutes. That I'll come back with another report to show that will become more easy.
What happened, sir?
Yes, I'm coming, madam. I'm coming.
I'm watching that you are doing something before your laptop.
Yes. No. I'm bringing another report. I would like to show it. See, this is a. Yes. Now you can enable me. It's already enabled. I think so. Go.
Already enabled, so you can share new one.
I have shared. Where is the sharing?
Yeah, here it is the share screen. Green one. Arrow is there, no? Green button here.
Yes. See, this is a kind of a monitoring report. How it looks. Okay, I am not going to again the acknowledgement, the preliminary pages. I am not bothered about it, and I think the participants will take care of. And once it is shown, they are all much educated, so they will be able to make it. But see, this is a kind of a work which is taken up by me, not so by our institute. And I was involved. I was given the responsibility of visiting the your own state. Sorry, it is our own state. I'm also from Andhra Pradesh. So proudly I say that. So I visited some time back East Godavari for studying the implementation of rural development programs. It was a commissioned work again by the Ministry of Rural Development as a national level monitor. I'm involved in that, and I visited there, and this is a report I have structured in such a way that, and I'm trying to show that, and please see. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Visible, yes. See, I was telling to earlier. I was telling that we have to make what I call report in different way to the government. Yes, here this is one style which we have to make. It is I wrote like this. First, I have expressed my gratitude to the ministry because it's the government of India which has assigned the work. So you must acknowledge the government of India, then you have to acknowledge, then slowly you have to come down the parent institution. Then I have acknowledged the what I call the particular district administration. Then the entire people we have. So that is how you have to make it. Then this is again content. See, the one difference between the research report and this evaluation and monitoring report is very simple. By and large, it is same, but there is slight difference. In the introduction, you will be talking about where you have taken up the work and all those things. Then the performance and planning of the report and program wise, and then major conclusions and findings you have to give. Yes. So I'll come back. I'll come back here. See, here this is more important thing, and you have to mention what are all the schemes which you have studied. Maybe one scheme we might have taken and we have studied, or in some cases you may be taking more than one scheme and you are studying. Oh, so then what you have to do is you have to talk about those schemes and you have to program intervention which they have made. You have to mention it that in that report. Then where you have visited, and then these are all the complete details. Then there here also I have mentioned it. That is when I have visited. What is a period I have visited? Normally in this February I used to be in some district, but it so happened now I am in Chittoor now. That's a different issue now. Okay, so this is one we have to make it very important thing and very pertinent one. And then how we attempted to show it, I'll show you. Please wait. My God. Yes. Here. Again, I need to share. Uma, is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Visible, then no problem. I am saved. I am saved. So I think next time I will learn in such a way that I will bring all these things to the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay,
I'll learn. So, my dear friends, in a monitoring and evaluation report, again, you have to show this. This is in the second chapter, which talks about the program, what is a kind of an intervention made in that particular area. What are all the programs taken up? That means what are all the programs which we have studied, we have looked into that. Emalata, you wanted to say something?
Ravi, unmute yourself, please. I have muted everyone.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Somebody was talking in Tamil, so yeah. I could guess. Yes, so then I thought that some mistake has happened from my side. So good, okay. Thank you, Hemalata. Thank you. So here, normally the evaluation or monitoring studies are confined to a couple of programs, whatever may be the program. Like maybe, well, I leave it to you. I'm not going into details of the programs, but here, rural development programs, in the second chapter, we have to talk about the financial aspect and physical and financial aspect we have to mention. So that's a more important thing. That is how much investment has been made in that particular program and how it has covered coverage of the various stakeholders, primary beneficiaries, all those things, and the financial performance also. See, we have made a small attempt at how these things, whether it has increased or all these things. And then here, this is the most important paragraph, which is more important thing, which is very much required for this kind of a study. So, what is required here in this? Wait. Here, we have to mention it and we have to conclude it in such a way that how effectively they have done it. That is a qualifying thing. You have to make a statement. That's a more important thing. There is a district need to further strengthen the grassroots fund. See, here itself you are making how the program is being implemented, and also you are giving a statement how it is being implemented, what is the level. That is the difference between your research study and evaluation and monitoring study. There itself you have to give. This is something like blood test report. Blood test report, then if you are using the stethoscope and also thermometer, you will come to know the temperature and pulses. But blood test, within a morning if you are giving, or sometime immediately within an hour also you can get it. Like that, the evaluation research and monitoring research will give you the protocol, the research there itself, and you have to show your conclusion about understanding of the field level situation in your report writing. In your report writing, when we write report, it is expected that we have to show that. That is what we have done it. Okay, so I'll come back with another chapter, so that will become more easy for our friends to understand that what has happened in the program level. Wait. I think I'm sharing.
Not yet.
Yes, is it visible now?
Now it is.
Yes. Come. So these are all the programs, and now here you have to mention. See, where I have visited. See, this is connected with the particular section is connected with the NRGS, MGNRGS, and what are all the villages visited, what are all the works you have covered, you have visited, and how can you rate. There it is something like you are creating the facility in a particular village. You are studying it, rural development program. Then your job is to show that relevance and utility of the work. What are all the works you have taken up, whether it is relevant to the particular village community. Then at the same time, you are expected to show one more thing, that's called the profile of the beneficiary. Sample beneficiaries, how they are making it. Then this is again required here. What we have done is, we have made an attempt to show that these are all the works taken up under that particular program. And the very first one is something connected with the water bodies. And one more thing, that is in school building. I think it is in Telugu. I remember that it's a school building only. And not a school building, it's a panchayat building, panchayat office. So this is a great, and you have to show that when you have visited, when you have seen that, literally when for an evaluation, you must be in a position to show that this is the status of that particular work. So that's why I'm showing that this is the kind of a thing we have made it. Then I'm coming. We have also worked on, in the same study, we have also studied the self-help groups, and which is very near and dear to me and Dr. Uma and for many other academicians. So there's a good platform, and very important thing is they have started taking up a lot of enterprise development work, and see that innovation has been done using the minor millets. They are creating the biscuits, cookies, and in the next one is there is a small eatery. Eatery means a small hotel is being run, and this is where I'm also with a bald head. I'm sitting there and I'm discussing with that woman. So you could see that. See, this is a very important thing. You have to, in the content you are discussing how you have done it, and as a value addition. as an adding value to your report as an evidence to show that it is expected, and if you are able to show some of these things becomes more useful. And here I'll tell you, this may look like a very small table, utilization of self-help group fund, but next one is very important thing, where it is my own value addition. What I have done is I discuss with those women group, since I am also interested in entrepreneurship development, being a director of that center, it becomes my interest. So I wanted to know that what are the need of those groups. Then we could see that when we assessed the need, they say that these are all the activities in which they require training. My dear researchers, maybe faculty or research scholar, don't forget to add these kind of something new ideas, innovation into your research. Why I'm telling that is, whether it is beneficial to the government or society, we are least bothered. At least the research report or thesis will show that this particular researcher is capable of doing need assessment, and they see wherever it is required, you must go with your own trumpet. That's the more important thing. In the entire write-up, you must be in a position to show it those things. Then there's a specific observation. See, this is the one. In the evaluation report, in the evaluation studies, in the monitoring studies, you are expected to give in each section what is the major observation you are making. You have to, what it implies, you have to make it. Findings, you need not give findings, you have a separate section, you can think of it. So this is how we have done it in an evaluation study. Unfortunately, I don't have an evaluation report of an CEP. If it is there, it would have been more thing, but I am trying one more chapter I'll show you. See, this is more important thing called case studies. How we can add value to our research is that there is one more thing that's a very important thing is called, you are expected to document some case studies, and if you are able to make case studies and add to that, that also very important. So here is a chapter on case studies which is presented in a particular report. I hope, is it visible?
Yes.
Sorry, I am putting everyone in trouble. I am sorry.
Doesn't matter. Please go through it.
Yes. This is the regular milling for me, so no problem. So here what has happened is, my dear friends, case is nothing but you are, I'm not going into detail the case study methodology documentation. That's a different session. So here you have to develop a case, but in making a case, the case when you are narrating, there are 2-3 important things which is very much required. See, here you are able to see that. See, I have mentioned the case that's Ronnie, 23-year, bracket SC, is a BSc graduate in computer science. That's enough. That will give you the entire socio-demographic, socio-economic background of a particular case. That will show that what is the kind of strength, weakness, opportunities, everything will show by narrating that. We need not put it as a table. In the case study, the very first sentence is very much required. So, yeah, I am very much worried about, this is the most important thing, I made it. Why this a particular case? See, what has happened is, this was a very difficult situation for her, and a particular training program that in Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramina Yojana, where the Kaushal Yojana, that is nothing but our old TRISOM. Dr. Uma may be able to recall. That's an old TRISOM program. That's when you are building the skill capacity of the individuals at ground level. Here is a girl, and she was able to do like this, and she has joined and she hoped for getting a job. That means you are giving her perception, and you are getting a perception of an individual and discussing those who are in a difficult circumstances, bringing and showing it to them how this has happened. So in a case study, this is a very much important. Without showing, I'll quote you one more example. In one of our paper, in the lockdown period, what has happened is, the very important thing is, we were not able to go out anywhere. That was a difficult situation. So what we have done is, we have studied, and the nearby university, we have studied in one village. And of course, we have interacted over phone only. It so happened that that lady was bringing vegetable to my house and my neighbor's house. I asked us how you are able to do the business even in this lockdown period. Then she told me, sir, this is a difficult situation. I know that. What we are doing is, we are asking people to transfer money through Google Pay. And I am delivering the vegetable at home, or in a fixed places, I am able to deliver it with the permission of the police. The similar cases, we have collected about 20 cases and we published a paper. And we titled it in such a way that, unlocking the opportunity during lockdown period. So the lesson here is, the researcher must be in a position to use the case study to argue his own standpoint. That is a more important thing. That is a more important thing is, the intervention which we have made of the study. Here is, this is a situation, and I have noticed a couple of places we have noticed like this. We must be in a position to make it. So this can be used in a different way also. You can bring out the best practices also, you can bring out through case studies. That's a more important thing. That's what we have attempted here. Okay, so this is a end of a thing. Now let me move on to some other style of report writing. Probably this is our people may get bored also if I am continuously talking about only research and evaluation. There is one more kind of a reporting that I will try to show it now. That reporting system is, we talked about the process reporting or proceedings. Let me show you one more report which we are recently done it, where please wait. My dear friends, I am here. Still I am alive. I am alive and online.
Don't say so, Ravi Garu.
Yes. See, now this is one report. Of course, I think Dr. Uma was also, no, this is the next one. So I've titled in a different way. See, this is something like a proceedings of a seminar, which is a webinar. See what has happened, where we are all together, we are working, myself and Dr. Uma, we have done it. And see, you have to mention it, and then who are all partners and who are all helping to run this program. While you are preparing the report, in the cover page itself, it is required to be mentioned. That's a more important thing. It should show that it is a collaborative program between Indian Adult Education Association and Gandhigram Institute. Yes, make it here and show it. Then what is the program? What is the title of the program? When it was held and how it is held. Because earlier it was offline, so no problem. Now it is required to mention that this is what I call You have to show it through online platform, Google Meet. That is you have to show it. That means people will come to know that, oh, these scholars are able to, these research scholars are able to do that. So that is an ability. Then you have to mention who are all involved in this particular process. Conducting a program is a process. It involves various steps, and you must be in a position to show it that this is a thing which is happening. My camera is very sensitive. It is not opening for me. Okay, no problem. So you have to mention the team. See, then you have to put the documents also. I have put the document. See, I have put the flare itself. I have placed it in the second page itself. Show that, yes, this is the thing. And who are all involved in this, in the organizing team also you are showing it. Luckily, my name is also there. I thought that somebody will clap for this, but nothing has happened. Good. Very good.
Okay, I will clap you.
You clap me and I am clapping for you. What is the use? Then, my dear friends, there is a kind of a small twist I made and a kind of an innovation. You have to, this is a report, is proceedings of the special lecture series organized during such and such and such a date. That means in the beginning itself, you have to mention it. That's the thing. Probably somebody may ask, say, sir, you have put it in the title page. Why you are again putting it? If it is required, somewhere you have to mention it. Then in this, if it is a seminar or a camp, village camp, or a training program, or a lecture series, or a faculty development program, definitely you will have a background. That's a concept note. What is the background at which you are doing that kind of a work? So that we have spelled out in the first 2 pages, we have mentioned it. I ended with what are all the resource person who are all invited to speak on those occasions. Then we tried our level best to make it when the first lecture was delivered. Then what is the topic, who has delivered it, when we tried our level best to show it a picture, and then because it was an online program, so I am not able to show the audience. So, but we put that, and then the proceeding, the transaction taken place, I have narrated it, and then what is a kind of a exercise, and then as an evidence, I have put the invitation card also again here in this particular part. Again, we are showing it, and I am again repeating it. But here, a technology. This is an opportunity now, my dear friends. Sitting at Gandhigram, I am able to cutting across, able to talk to 44 people now, 43 people, at least 42. Forget about me and Uma. That's a different issue. I am able to be in conversation.
No, you are one more thing. You are able to speak another 45 also who are in YouTube.
Okay, good, very good, very good, very good. That means we are reaching 100. Very good, Uma. So this is, see, this advantage is what we have done is we have taken the shot, and we are not able to show the audience, but we are able to show some kind of an evidence where the webinar has taken place. We are showing it. See, at the top is my professor and a good friend of Uma, and for me, that's Dr. Raja is speaking, and next one down is my colleague Dr. Saranya is speaking. The third one is probably the man who is blabbering now, and the fourth and fifth is the experts. Dr. Chaudhary is also there, and the expert Dr. Professor Muthuraman is speaking. So we could make it. See, my dear friends, this is probably for your 20 kids, it may be a different issue. But for us, it is the most important thing is I am going with my own trumpet. One is documentation. The second one is you are showing your ability. And this is a proceeding. Okay, now the second day proceedings. And the third day proceedings. Third day proceedings. here comes the very important thing is, if it is a webinar only, you are giving only the highlight and feedback and suggestion. There is a matter. If it is a seminar, if it is a conference, if it is a workshop, it may come up with a kind of an policy suggestions and major discussion points will come out. Or if it is a conference, we may go for the declaration of the conference also. So that need to be included at the end. Here we are not able to do that, but what we have done is the highlight of the feedback and suggestions we have given. And at each day we have given. And finally, it is a kind of a verdict we have given as a report writer. This is the synergized efforts by the department with Adult Education Association paved the way for collective action. It is a collective action. Probably Dr. Uma might have done it already along with association in some form or other. But for us, it is a first, it's a trial now. And now we are able to reach at a different level. So what we have done, what all the kind of suggestions given by the participants, everything was recorded. My dear friends, I'll tell you, if it is a national level seminar or a conference, finally you will end up with the policy recommendations. And if it is a conference, you will go with the last page is yes, 6 or 10 line declaration of the conference you will give. With that it will end. And finally you will have the list of participants and everything will come into that. Here we have not included that. In this, it is a small report. So we have not done like this. This is a proceedings reporting or report writing for the proceedings. Wherever you go, here also you are making only what you call the trying to incorporate the transactions taken place. You are trying to give you we are trying our level best to give what is the kind of a transaction has taken place in a particular program we are explaining. I'll try to give you if it is possible one more process reporting. I'll try to show you, and I'm trying my level, and please kindly hold on for a minute, and I'm coming back to that. Here is a report. Here is a report. It is a training. It is a training report. It is a training report. The capacity building program on enterprise development and livelihood promotions for so and so partners in South India. Who has organized? We have to mention that. That's a more important thing. That's an institution at which it is organized. And who has funded that, we have to make it. And then to show that in such a way, I normally in this kind of a thing, we make an attempt to show in the cover page itself, because all VIPs are there except myself and my professor. People are there. So we have shown this. It is a partnership program, and we have shown this a title page. Let me go into the what I call, please wait, hold on for a minute, my dear friends, hold on for a minute. I'm trying to make more lively. I do not know how far I'm successful, but I'm trying. Please see, this is most important one, and yes, now you are able to see this. See, this is a program and the title and then objectives, outcome of the training, what is an expected outcome, and then outcome, what has happened, the inaugural session, what has been done in the various sessions also we have to give. That's a more important one. Then what is the kind of experts people who have spoke on those days, and then we have to give the entire day-wise breakup of the day-wise plan, and what is the topic on which the particular resource person has delivered lecture or given input, and then it becomes a valedictory. The valedictory, who spoke and what has happened, and then feedback, and then what is the kind of follow-up measures required. Then we go into some of the photographs. In those days, I was not very what I call comfortable in placing the photographs in the text itself. So I thought of keeping at the end. Then what has happened, I'm trying to give in the various sessions. And luckily, this is more important. I'll tell you, my dear friends, it is not to boost myself, but it is a kind of a learning we got it. See, this has happened. The what I call about the training program, there was a press release or press news has come in the Indian Express. So what is required for us as an academician, make it, take that and particular press thing and place it here in the report. That's the more important thing. That's what we have done. It is an highlighted one. Skill development vital for success. So what will happen is, it is not only writing the report and keeping it in your shelf or keeping it in your computer. Should show that your skill, number one. And second thing is, the report should bring you your visibility. Your report should bring the visibility to you. That is the most important thing which is required for you. So it is not to say that I have all this ability. It is a teamwork. Some of my colleagues have helped me to do all these things. Here only I am trying to broadcast it to my new colleagues and new friends. So I am sharing my experience. Okay. So the report writing, always you have to make it in such a way. Yeah, we made this kind of a thing.
తీసుకోండి అంటున్నాడు అతను. ఇది ఏంటో ఇట్లా అల్లాడుతుంది.
Please unmute yourself, Ravi garu.
No, just now I muted it. Dr. Sunita was saying something, I muted it, no problem.
No, she is not saying, but she was unmuted and some disturbance is coming here. That is why I have muted all the people.
Okay, no problem. Okay. I thought of showing one more report. It's not coming to my mind now, quickly. So there was slight... this is the thing. And see, if it is an institution, if it is something like a department or an institution wise also, we can make one more thing that is a more important thing, very important thing which probably our colleagues able to follow that. And I'll show you one more thing to our friends. That will be a very, what I call, very interesting one, and I'll show you. My dear friends, this is also a kind of a report writing. And what is this report I'm showing? See, I was telling about in the beginning, we do a lot of work, but we need to show it to others. Yes, this is an activity report. Uma garu kanipistada?
Kanipistundi.
Kanipistunda? Okay, good. Thank you. So this is 2021 activity report of our department. Okay. So I am enlarging it and I'll showing it to see. This is what we have been doing it, and now it is easy for you people to can see that it's a bigger size. So see, here we mentioned it in such a way that yes, what all the work is being done, when our department and what is the content of this report, we make it a note from the director's desk, and then we go into detail about our teaching program in our department and what we do in that and what we do in the extension, and what are all the villages where, what is the way in which we are working, and what is the kind of book publications, and we have to show it here. That is the kind of an thing we followed it, and then we go into detail of what is happening and various activities and related photographs and programs. And this is a transaction process. This is something, nothing but, see, here comes very important thing which we are waiting for next week. That's an that is Uma's cup of tea. That's an International Women's Day. So we have been detailing it. Of course, we have our senior colleagues are also here, and then somebody got the recognition by awarding an award. So that also we could do it and reporting it. This is an activity report. We are making it, and here we made couple of people, and along with our vice chancellor in charge, and I'm also there. And there is a kind of an, again we had some field workers meet and Balwadi teachers. That all those things. This pandemic period we have distributed the kit, medical kit. So that is what we are showing it. And the medical kit distribution, I was involved there. So along with the volunteers, these are all the volunteers with whom even children have become volunteers, ambassadors for these using sanitizer and all these things. This is a peer group learning. So this is what we have done it. And again, we are youth involvement. And again, our registrar along with that. So all these things we are trying to, our finance officer. So what I am trying to draw your attention in this particular thing is, this is an activity report which you have made. And this activity report, and I'm stop sharing now. Okay. Good. So the most important thing, which probably I'll come to the, I think now it is going to be 4:45. Dr. Uma, whether we have a space for interaction, or what is your idea?
Actually, so far we are having some space for interaction.
Madam?
Actually, we are having interaction session for every day.
Ah.
But today I don't know how many will remain for the interaction session. It took longer time than every day.
No, but I thought
because
that,
report writing is an important task. That is why.
No, I thought that because instead of me talking too much, I thought of showing the reports and
yeah, it's true. It's true. That is why you made this program as this session as a live one.
So that's the thing, and
I must be thankful for that.
And coming to that, two important issues which I wanted to discuss at the end is, what is an opportunity available and challenges. My dear friends, when it comes in the what I call the opportunity, when we write opportunity, for which the what I call what is the kind I was mentioning about opportunity. So I'm just, I'll put it, probably people may think in a different way. So I'm putting that, and see what is an opportunity. Here we have is it visible?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. But I am not able to see anyone, nothing. That's a problem.
Okay, please carry on.
Okay. So what is happening here is the general, sorry. Now even I have not taken a cup of water. It's going on like this only. Okay, good. See, the opportunity here is, I wanted to mention very important thing is we have a technology now. Earlier it was very difficult to what you call incorporate or retype or alter editing. All these things becomes very difficult. Now, with the help of computer and computer technology, this has become very very comfortable for us and feasible for us now. We are able to retrieve and make it. I would suggest what is required there is, my friends, you make a rough draft. Suppose if you make the rough draft, best thing could be, what you have to do is, you have to make it, keep it that as a folder separately and keep it as a first draft. And take all those files and save as a second draft and make correction. So what will happen is that becomes more comfortable for you people to go back and see what are all the kind of changes you made. That is one thing. And the second thing is, which now I may talk, but I may not be able to show it. It's very difficult. The track change mode, correcting in the track change mode, correcting the the text in the track change mode. That's also there. So how you can do is track change mode. That becomes a very easiest way. If you have a text that you can correct it and then you can show it comfortably. You can show that corrections. I am looking for that. If it is there, I can show it. That's what I'm looking for that, and wait a couple of minutes. No, unfortunately, it is not here, and I am not able to show that. I'm sorry for that. And,
Parvaledu.
okay. So, very important thing is, very nutshell I am putting it because it is in fact end of it. One challenge is nowadays you have report writing system and we write, storing it in computer. But the very big problem and challenge is nowadays two things. One is the easy for people to access it in such a way that whatever the confidential matters which we are keeping it can also be taken away from us, the knowledge part, whatever we are doing it. That is a very big challenge. And second thing is the plagiarism, the system of plagiarism. That's a very anti-plagiarism. We follow it, but the problem is someone is able to take it. What is happening is the very peculiar situation is even a small sentence. Instead of say, if we say Uma said, instead of that, if I say Uma observed, the 1% will come down. That is the situation. So the challenge is that we are when we write report, research, particularly research report, proceedings and all these things is not a big problem. When we write theses and the research report and monitoring report, it is a very, very difficult thing and we have to be very careful. I'll tell you, my dear friends, it is probably you people may be knowing that any write-up, any research report or thesis or which need to be accepted by anybody, by an institution or when it is go for publication, the repetition or similarity should not cross 10%. That is the biggest challenge now and biggest problem also. But of course, that's a very good idea also. But I'll tell you in over several years when we wrote reports, what we have understood is a small rephrasing will take care of you can say that I have not copied it, I have not, you can avoid similarity. Yeah. What is required is that becomes a very big problem for the researchers when we do work on review of literature. I'll tell you, I have seen almost I have evaluated around 27 theses so far, but plagiarism is a issue, and as a member in the board of management, I have also faced that a very difficult situation of inquiring into some of the seniors' publications. So we have to be very careful there. So then probably you may ask what we have to do is try to write it in your own language. Don't worry. Don't worry about language. Language you can correct it in the computer. Someone can help you, but you understand and write. I can write that Uma said like this, but instead of that, you can write Uma has observed in it. See, what is happening is our people write review of literature. This is a thing. Uma 1998, a study in Kotapalli village on women self-help group published in Kurukshetra. All these things is not required. All these things you give it in the footnote. Right? The Uma's argument is, if it is a monocaste, the self-help group works. Finish. But you will write that Uma conducted a study in Kotapalli village on self-help groups, studied 50 self-help groups, and different self-help groups studied that, and he came to know that the different caste people are not working together in self-help group, and only people who are in a single caste group working together. That is the main finding of the Uma. Only that you quote it. That becomes a more easy. What we do is we take the entire paragraph with all respect to the writer, with all respect to the authors. What we do, we try to place it in the review of literature. That is a problem. That is where our plagiarism, the similarity percentage increases. So this nobody will tell you. You just write. We by practice only we have to make it. My dear friends, I'll tell you, nobody will ask you to write 60 pages review of literature. I scolded many of my scholars. You write only 25 pages. All my thesis, if it crosses 150 pages, I won't sign. Only one thesis which was evaluated by Dr. Uma has run more than 250 pages. Otherwise, I won't allow, because she's a woman. She was in a difficult circumstances, so I accepted it. So the best way, the challenge and also opportunity. My dear friends, the track change mode, you go into the word, the banner and look at that's called review. There you go there, track change mode, you change. That means your original material is there. Whatever you delete, it remains same until you accept the changes. So your writings will remain intact. Then what make again, you can go and see that. That is an opportunity you have, the technology enabled writing skills. So that you try to practice it. So it is, you must be in a position to turn your challenges into an opportunity. Don't think that the plagiarism, it crosses 10%, it's a difficult. So see couple of, you write, this week you write a chapter. Don't see that chapter for next 15 days. Give a gap of 10 days or 15 days. Then you read that. I have seen that. I have done like that. See, when I show some of these chapters now, I feel it is a stupidity writing. I'm accepting it. It's a stupidity writing. Why? Because if I go into detail and I read, then I'll come to know, no, I could have improved like this. So this is how it will happen. These things won't come in any book. My dear friends, please, the challenges you can convert into opportunities. And when we have done research, we don't have this much of computer facility. Now you have enormous facilities. So you are all blessed people. So keep on writing, write, edit, write, edit, write, edit. Then only it will come. And whatever writing you are making it, with folded hands, I am requesting particularly research scholars, write this month, entire March month you write. Forget that chapter. Again, you read that in the month of May. Or give at least a 1 week gap. So you will find what are all the areas where we can improve and rewrite. So this is my humble request and also a kind of a suggestion. The threat can be, we can manage it, and opportunity is there because you have a technology. The computer computer with, if you are very conversant with the, sorry, with the word processing, then there will not be much problem for you people in preparing the report. So as a sum up, let me say that two things. There is not much difference between the structure and also the writing style in the research report and the thesis, and slight difference is there when you do it and what you call the evaluation studies or impact studies, that you have to take care of the requirements of the funding agency or those who are given the work. But when it comes in the case of transaction process report, that is on proceedings of a seminar, training program, and whatever may be it, we can have our own individual, we can evolve our own way of writing structure. But the important thing which you have to cover is the session plan, time, and resource persons, and what is a transaction taken place, what is a highlight of the discussion taken place, that has to be recorded in the either seminar report and whatever may be it. And then there is one more report which is converting the participatory research, that is an PRA's outcome. I'm sorry, want of time, I am not able to go into much details. People may kill me over phone. That becomes difficult. So that requires a separate session, because interpreting maps, interpreting the results of the discussion, interpreting the matrix, it's all, so many things are there. So I think with a given time and technology, I tried my level best to share whatever I know. I'm not telling that this is the thing, this is an height of this knowledge in the particular area. Whatever I have experienced, whatever I came to know, then whatever I am able to show to you people, I have made an attempt. And I think I am not tired, but people should not get bored. I'm comfortably sitting in an AC room, no problem. And of course, I must thank, along with Uma, I must thank my wife. She gave me an idea, that she told me that why do you sit in office? You come home and switch on the AC, then it will become easy. So I salute for a timely hinting, giving, because she's not there now. Luckily, she has permitted me to use her room with the AC. So that's a very important thing. I enjoyed, but I have not enjoyed one thing is, I am not in a position to interact with some of these people. Hemalata, switch off your video. And I think this is it has become 5 o'clock. I may be permitted to stop here. If you want me to stop, I'll stop, or otherwise still I will share some more things. It's not a problem.
Okay, sir. Stop here.
Because it is a taxing for these people. They should not feel bored. So
it's not like that, because majority of the people, they might be going home now. This is the time for going home.
I understand. Already some of these students, see, this Yamalata, she's in a different position, and
Stop here.
She has become tired, and from the hostel she's probably connecting it and find it difficult. And there may be elders also, they may be finding it difficult, some of the elder faculties. So I record my sincere thanks to all the participants for the patient hearing. And I could see that the meter, I have been keep on watching the 45, 46, 44, 45, 46. So I could say that nobody has left the meeting, and no absentees. And I think this may be one performance indicator for me. And I wholeheartedly I thank Dr. Uma, though she is my friend and we know each other.
You must also thank our head of the department, Professor Sandhya Rani Madam also,
I
because she has permitted you.
Yes, it is not only that, I thank entire university and of course, I met your Vice Chancellor long back along with, I think, along with my senior colleague Vijay Kumar and I think we were trying to meet Professor Ramurthy for some other purpose and Prabhakar Reddy. It was a very interesting thing because my visit to SV means adult education. There's an entire arts college I used to go around and I used to meet Sudharani's husband from chemistry. So that's a kind of it's a homecoming for me. So, and Padmavati University, good. It's a very good. My last visit to Padmavati University was along with Dr. Samba Shivara when I was consultant to Government of Andhra Pradesh. And it's a lovely campus and it's a very good place. And I do not know when our government will lift this SOP. We will all have chance of meeting in person. We can meet and personally also we can meet. That will happen.
Let us hope so. Let us hope so.
And I feel because I have not bored the participants. If I would have disturbed them psychologically or otherwise, if they would have not liked, probably they would have switched on the microphone and they would have come in such a way. I think keeping these two performance indicators, I think I was able to perform as expected by Dr. Uma and his colleagues, and I record my sincere thanks to Professor Jamuna, the Vice Chancellor of the Padmavati University, and Professor Sandhya and Professor Mamta and everybody who were successfully in this pandemic situation. You have enabled Dr. Uma she's a taskmaster, so no problem, and she was able to do it very nicely. And luckily, I was the night watchman for the entire program. So I came at the end and I was, I feel that still I could have performed well, but whatever with the limited, with all limitations, I tried my level best to perform. Only thing is I don't want to even move from this seat except 2 phone calls from Vice Chancellor's office. Unluckily, I have not kept a water bottle near me. That's a lucky one. If I would have taken water, I would have used bathroom. So it was a difficult situation. Good. I thank all the participants and the entire administration of Sri Padmavati Makila Vishwavidyalaya, particularly the Women's Studies Department, for considering me as a resource person who could do justice for a particular topic. And I am what I call, I feel honored for instilling confidence in me by Dr. Uma once again. And then with all my, I have not seen unseen colleagues in the university. I know I have seen only 2 people. One is Uma and your Vice Chancellor. So I have not seen anybody. And my regards to your registrar and head of the department, all my colleagues in the Department of Women's Studies. And I do not know, I'll use this opportunity. We though the International Women Day is a week, we have to wait for 1 more week, but advance congratulations to all the women participants and also to all my women faculty friends and research scholars, Vice Chancellor of the Women's University, Registrar Mamta Madam, and Sandhya, Professor Sandhya, and everybody. And the theme is a wonderful theme. Today's equality and tomorrow's sustainability.
Gender equality for sustainable tomorrow.
Yes. So today, when we treat equally, and we can have it tomorrow. That is the thing. That is what I have learned. And of course, I remember the day when we both of us we walked in the Delhi for obtaining a visa. I remember a wonderful day. So it's a good thing. And thanks. I wish all my friends the happy Women's Day. With this, I say thank you, Women's University. Thank you, and I hope again I will have a chance to meet. And I think I'll be coming there in August 8th, 9th. I'll be visiting Tirupati for some other purpose. I'm coming on academic work. So I think I'll be able to. I think Professor Sandhya is online. And Namaskar, madam.
Namaste, sir. Namaste. I'm also enjoying your talk.
Madam?
I enjoyed your talk, sir.
Okay,
you
thank
made
you.
the session
Madam.
very lively.
Thank you so much. And
you are always welcome, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, no, absolutely no problem. I came to your campus way back in 96 and 97. I was visiting when Professor Kirwani was Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
We were. I was consultant to the Department of Sericulture, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Composite Andhra Pradesh. So I had frequently I was visiting there. In fact, I had an opportunity of staying there in Padmavati guest house, and we were taking up some kind of work and all these things. It was a good thing, and I hope I'm putting it August. I'm coming there. Tirupati, some program is there. I'll be visiting an academic program, and I will also find time to call upon you people. That would be an nice thing.
You can meet us at our campus.
Yes,
we'll welcome you, sir, to visit our university and the department.
Chapandi.
We'll welcome you to our department. Once again, please come and visit.
Definitely, I'll come. For Tirupati, for me, it is not only for Balaji Kosaram Ledu. Normally, I have a very frequent contact with SV University and all these things. And all those seniors are my friends, starting from. I cannot keep on naming it. More than a dozen people are there. So good. And now to that list, you are also getting added to that list. Professor Sandhya Rani is coming to that list.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And it was a wonderful thing. I think really the pandemic has made all of us to come together, even if you are physically apart. So that's a good thing. So namaste. Thank you for all participants. I wish them all success. Wish them all happy Women's Day. And for all men also, happy Women's Day. Make them happy. They are all Anna Lakshmis. They are taking care of us. So please take care of them. Definitely they will take care of us. And give them equal opportunity. And we will have a sustainable tomorrow. That means today if you treat them well, and tomorrow we'll be together. That is a message indirectly it comes. It is just for fun I am putting it. Don't take it seriously. I am also a very serious proponent of women empowerment and enablement. So I am not undermining anywhere. Luckily, all out of five children, all the four are daughters. Only one boy in our family. So, and we are very strong, and we have a very strong battalion, women battalion. So no problem. I thank all of you. I'm extremely sorry for only one thing. I was not able to give time. We were not able to time for your reactions.
Doesn't matter, sir. Thank you, sir. Doesn't matter. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir, for your incredible speech on research reporting. And thank you so much. And you have covered all the aspects regarding the research report, project reports and thesis reports and everything. And now I invite Professor G. Sandhya Rani, Organizing Secretary of 1 Week Capacity Building Program on Research Methodology and Social Sciences, and also our head, Department of Women's Studies and Center for Women's Studies, to share her closing remarks about the program on the occasion. Thank you, madam. Now it is over to you.
Okay, thank you, Uma. Good evening to one and all. I deem it a privilege to talk to you all on this occasion. I am very happy that the 1 week capacity building training program has reached to final day with all your cooperation and active participation. Though I was not there all through these days, I am listening to the wonderful lectures of our invited speakers. Hope this program covered and clarified the doubts of many faculty members and research scholars in pursuing their research works. I congratulate Dr. D. Uma Devi for successful organization of the program. She did a fabulous work indeed. And at the outset, I would like to thank our distinguished resource persons from day 1 to day 6 for delivering highly informative talks. Thanks to all the participants, staff of Women's Studies and the Department of Women's Studies for their cooperation. Especially, I want to thank our resource persons from day 1, that is Professor Rajesh Garu, Head DACCA University of Delhi, for speaking on the topic concepts of research methods and types of research. And on day 2, thank you, sir, once again. And on day 2, Professor B.P. Safu Garu, Head Department of Adult and Continuing Education, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, for delivering a wonderful talk on qualitative and quantitative research. And on day 3, Professor N.K. Chanda, President, ICCA, USA and former Professor, Department of Psychology, University of Delhi, for speaking on the topic, Tools for Data Collection, Development of Questionnaire and Standardization. On day 4, Professor N. Anna Chilangaru, Head DACCA, Alagappa University, Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu, for delivering a talk on hypothesis and sampling. And on day 5, Professor N. Adinarayan Garu, retired professor, Bhattiyar University, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, for his talk on the statistical analysis in social science research. And today, that is on day 6, Dr. N. Venkataravi Garu, Associate Professor, DALLE, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Gandhigram, Tamil Nadu, for his nice lecture on the topic report writing. Thank you again. Thank you, Uma, for giving me this opportunity. Once again, I thank all the participants and the resource persons and all the staff who have taken a part in this one, directly or indirectly, for your cooperation and active participation. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam.
Over to Uma. Bye, Uma.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Now this is the time for proposing vote of thanks. It is a privilege and great honor to me to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Women's Studies Center for the sixth and last day capacity building program on research methodology for social sciences. I would like to thank our today's resource person, Dr. R. Venkataravi sir, for delivering such a captivating and amazing speech, and also his ready acceptance soon after I consulted him. My special thanks are due to our head, Professor Sanjay Rani madam, the organizing secretary, for her constant direction and support given to me in organizing this program. My special thanks are owed to Dr. M. Sucharita, my colleague. She helped me at all levels in organizing this program successfully. I would like to thank all the teaching and non-teaching staff of Women's Studies Center and Department for their support in organizing this 1 week capacity building program on research methodology for social sciences. In this connection, I must remember all my adult education family who helped me in all the ways, in all my endeavors, in all my programs, and their blessings and wishes for every day they are with me. And also my special thanks are due to Professor L. Raja and Dr. Kalpana Raja, a wife of Dr. Raja, and who helped me a lot and given me timely courage, strength, support in organizing the program. Really, they stood with me all the, for 2-3 days along with me, and they supported me a lot. They have taken very much care about me also. My sincere and heartfelt gratitudes are owed to our beloved resource persons, Professor Rajesh, Head, Department of Adult Continuing Education and Extension, Delhi University, Delhi, and Professor B.P. Sahu, Head, Department of Adult and Continuing Education, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Professor Chada N.K., President, International Career Coach Association, USA, Professor N. Arunachalam, Head, Department of Lifelong Learning and Education, Alagappa University, Karaikudi. Professor N. Adinarayana, Retired Professor, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore. And Dr. R. Venkat Ravi, Associate Professor, Department of Lifelong Learning and Extension, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Gandhigram, Tamil Nadu. Not only for their ready acceptance, but also the affection and blessings bestowed on me during the organization of this program. All of them were stood with me and they encouraged me and supported me a lot. I request you all to shower the same love, affection, and blessings in my future endeavors also, dear respected sirs. And last but not least, if I would be failing in discharging my duty, if I would not express my gratitude, sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our beloved participants and blessed participants, I must be blessed in this aspect. And all the participants, they loved me a lot and they participated all the week-long programs and made this program a grand success. I must thank this fantastic and elite group who stood with me and supported with me. Thank you so much. And one sincere announcement to you, madams and sirs, dear participants, and I request you all to submit your feedback link already posted both in YouTube and Zoom chat boxes. So if you fill up this, submit this feedback link only, you will get the certificate, because the certificate is linked with this feedback link. So I request you all to submit your feedback links. Before submitting your feedback links, please check your mail IDs once again. Because if you spell mistakenly your email ID wrongly, you will not get the certificate. So I request you all to submit your feedback link. I must be thankful to you one and all. I thank you, all of you, and for I request you to shower the same blessings and support in my future endeavors also. Thank you once again. Ravi Garu, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Uma Garu. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So kind of you, sir.
చదువుకో కొత్త పడుకుంటే
I request all the participants to mute yourself.
సీటు తాళ్ళ నా కూతు ఐఐటీలో సీటు తాగబోతే
Ravi, you are also muted. If you want to talk to me, and you need to unmute.
They have to busy. వాళ్ళు ఏదో పర్సనల్ గా మాట్లాడేదని వినిపిస్తా ఉంది. లైవ్ అయిపోతుంది తర్వాత. Okay, madam. Let me sign off.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you.